wife. No,
This
that's
is your
my
wife.
wife.
Okay, yes.
That's my wife.
The wife, Bunny, is in with us this week. Bunny, what's going on?
How you doing?
And then over there in the third chair, we got Struggle.
What's happening?
So I don't even know where to start, man. I'm excited for all this.
LL struggle.
Struggle over there.
Struggle,
He came
cool
straight in
J.
with, how are y'all?
What's up, lady?
Struggle, you
Hello,
look different, man. I
ladies.
seen you back in the day, and you look like a new man over there. What's going on?
You saying I'm still fat?
I'm saying it looks like the real life before and after.
Okay. Yeah, baby.
Sorry about that, but no, you look like what'd you do? You lose a couple,
Yeah.
what'd you lost some
Yeah,
weight?
I lost about 120 pounds.
Good Lord, man. How'd you do that?
Prison.
Prison will do that, man. Prison will do
Nah,
that.
man, just working out, dedicating time and effort and discipline.
Nice. There you go. So, yeah, we're just going to bounce around because I kind of got like a double interview. I was lucky enough to get you guys both in here at the same time, which is super cool.
We prefer it that way anyway.
I like that group, you know, and then we got a little entourage with us too. Part of the entourage, one of my
Family.
friends from
irony.
way back in the day. Shiz, can you yell out over there?
Shiz Murphy.
You know, I've known Shiz. I didn't even know he was coming in today.
Shiz
I
is over
haven't
there
seen him.
yodeling.
Shiz, you've been hiding out for a while.
Yeah, no, I was in prison too.
He was
Okay,
in
so
prison,
so
too.
just for the record, everybody here been to prison, and we're now all out.
Except for
Selling
Jay,
bad
maybe.
bitches.
But I don't know. I heard Jay did a little time too.
Jay might have done.
Oh, we
straight.
might get that microphone fired up. I keep fiddling with Jay.
So Jelly, what's up? You're in Vegas now, right? Or is
I'm
this
here, dude.
Temporary or?
No, I'm a resident, man. I'm a Las Vegan.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a Las Vegan now.
So what brought that on? What made you come to Vegas? What
Boy meets girl.
boy meets girl. Well, that girl will do it right there.
I tell people all the time, I hate to pressure her like that, but I have no other reason to be here, dude. I'm not a
He
big
loves
gambler.
it.
I love her.
So
And this is awesome too, though. But I just
Where did
fucking
you
love her.
guys meet
I'd have
at?
followed her to Alaska.
You guys met out here?
We did.
We did.
So what?
Through-
Okay, so
through
something
a-
brought you out before her. She's the anchor, but what drizzled you out here?
No, it was really that's the truth. Oh, what the first time I met her?
Yeah,
I had a show.
Well, I mean, because you're from Tennessee, right?
I'm from Tennessee, and just fate would have it, we bumped into each other one night. And
Literally.
Yeah, and God is good. You know what I'm saying? So it's just.
Literally, I caught that. I know what that means. So you were on a show, and then you guys bumped into each other, and that was in
And
Tennessee.
she was intimidated by my sexual
I was-
prowess.
I was.
You know what I'm saying? Like my physical physique,
all
the
about
man that I am, the way that I
aura,
presented
the
myself.
third eye signals.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just,
Animal magnetism,
yeah.
Murphy.
100.
I just,
100%. Saturated
Yeah,
her
the
with your
whole time.
sexiness.
that was
I
it.
believe it. No,
He
that's
was actually
crazy.
really mean to me, and I was like, why is he being mean to me?
Yeah, it's a true story.
No.
But it wasn't
And
because
it
I was
turned me
mean to
on.
her.
That was his game.
I was, yeah,
No, I
and
was
it worked.
Xanaxed out. That was not my game. I was
I was
completely.
half retarded.
I was
He's the
so
only man
fucked
that's
Could
up.
not
ever
respond.
Been nice to me.
And then the
What's
next
going
6 times we seen each other, my interaction with her, one, I was intimidated by her. I'll be man enough to say on the podcast. We joke a lot, but I was just clean, intimidated.
Yeah.
So I just walk over and casually, because there'd always be a group of dudes following Bunny around, right? It's like watching a little Bunny tirage of dudes just following.
like a duck in
And
the
I just
ducklings.
slide in. I'd be like, "You got a Xanax?"
One more-
And I'm
one
gonna slide right back out.
Boom.
That
Yeah.
was always the thing.
And then Struggle, you're out here now too?
Nah,
You're
I'm just visiting.
You're just
We're
visiting.
trying to
so
get him out here.
We're so close.
what's the holdup, man?
He's got 12 kids.
That'll do it.
12 kids and 12 years of probation and parole.
Ouch. Well, at least they gave
He's
you
doing
permission to
life.
visit.
Yeah, he got a
Life
L.
in Tennessee.
Life in Tennessee.
That's awesome. So you're doing a lot of work now. You're working pretty hard now, right?
Dude, man, I'm blessed, man.
You just came off a tour with. When did you do the Cypress Hill tour?
We did Cyprus at the April of last year, and then we toured all summer of ourselves, and then we did the fall with Struggle. We did the fall with Struggle. We did the Struggle run.
And how many? What's the struggle run?
We did what? It was me, Struggle, Bubba, and Yellow Wolf. That's tour.
Bubba
That tour.
Sparks?
Yep. Bubba Sparks.
There
was
you
the
go.
homie.
Wow.
He did the Whitney Payton tour too.
Yeah. Yep. We did the Whitney.
How many stops was on that tour?
Fuck, which one, dude? How about this? Let's just say we probably did 100 and something shows last year, and that was a light year for me, believe it or not. And this is going to be a light year for us too. We're probably going to do what, Sean, 120 maybe?
Yeah, it's 120. We'll probably do about 15 festivals and 115 regular shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're hoping. But
Yeah.
that's kind of I was doing 200 a year to
Jesus.
get to really get this.
So
the
you're
shit
you're
kinda
road
popping.
seasoned.
Dude, I'm a road warrior. Me and her was talking about it
bad.
last night. She was like, she sees it in me all the time, and she went on like 2 or 3 tours this summer with me. So
What's the road life like?
It's rough, man.
It's
Is
rough.
it?
It
But
depends.
let's put it this way: I started out with 2 suitcases on the first tour. And
That
by
was
the
just for
second
shoes,
tour,
right?
I literally, yeah, exactly. By the second tour, I literally could get ready in 15 minutes and
Yeah.
had a half a suitcase.
The cool thing is, it changed her life as far as like getting out of the house now.
Yeah, like fuck it, I could
Oh, it's
leave
crazy, yeah.
anywhere and be ready to
And
go.
fucking and still look like Bunny.
And just, I mean, what do you guys do for like getting to shows city to city?
Well,
Whatever.
it just depends, man. We'd like to borrow your Sprinter.
Yeah.
He's not kidding.
We're serious. No, we take vans and Sprinters, dude. We just drive around like an old poor rock and roll band. We can't afford a bus or nothing.
There you go. And just fuck, that's crazy, man.
Buses are just so expensive, dude. They're like $1,200 a day to run.
Struggle. What about you on the road? How do you do?
Well, let me give you an example. Today, to get to Las Vegas, we drove 20 hours to Minnesota, did a show, got off stage, drove 19 hours to Colorado to get back on stage, slept 4 hours, and then drove 8 hours to Vegas.
You're lying about the 4 hours. I didn't make bus call until 11.
Oh my God.
He said the four. He said
No, hold on.
Manager
You might have
Murphy.
had a full night's sleep.
Oh, well, I didn't want to talk about extracurricular.
You guys are all able to, behave and everything.
Part of the dynamic here is I'm the tour manager.
Bunny's shaking
No.
her head.
I'm
the tour
So
manager.
who's the? Okay, so you're the tour manager
Yeah.
and Bunny's the wife. Who's keeping everybody out of trouble?
Me.
There's somebody
the wife. No. Listen, the wife is way more tour managery than. I love Jay. Jay's so awesome. He's giving Shizzle a mic. I support this. No, you
Hey.
need it. I love it.
You're in, so
think
go
it's
for it.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now in
Jay,
the
5
fourth
years
spot,
up.
we
Get in
got
on this,
Shizzle.
man. You see this is good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
So I mean, like I said, like who's keeping everyone in, like you know,
Bunny,
'cause
Bunny is the boss.
Bunny-
period.
Listen, boys will be boys for
Yes.
sure. There's
First
shit-
off, we rule by
Unsafe.
discipline, by we just find people push-ups and money.
Yeah,
the
true.
the broke people we make pay money, and the rich people we make pay push-ups.
that's the way it's been since I've known you since day one.
Yes, and I'm getting the taser soon.
Hey,
Yes.
You know me better than anybody.
I don't even
Cattle
want to
prod.
talk about the old taser days.
We're not.
and-
We're not. First of all, there will be no new taser days.
You know, there was, I mean, back in the, I don't even know what day. Like we were hanging out back in like 2000, 2001.
I
me
met
and
you in
Shizzle.
2001.
Somewhere around that time, and you guys had that old spot over there where it's torn down now. It's off.
Yeah,
of
where the rent-a-car spot is.
Gillespie or whatever. You guys were
Yeah.
right there. And let me tell you about that.
The
that,
infamous 4th of July Inferno.
that old spot right there, you had to be real in check with your tongue. Like, for one, you'd get called out, and for two, you'd get punched or be doing push-ups. Like, no matter who you were. I saw, like, big-ass dudes get knocked the fuck out.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
No, that was fun. But, I mean, so you guys do every kind of show. You guys do, like, music festivals all the way to, like, biker runs.
Yeah, dude, we've done it. Yeah.
The gathering of the struggle, the lathering of the struggle.
The lathering of the struggle.
The lathering of it all.
It's a joke. We know we play the gathering of the Struggalos every year, but we said we're going to do one for all ladies for struggling. We're going to call it the lathering of the Struggalos.
I love it.
But all the girls got to be over 185 pounds. Period. Admissions free, like at the Heart Attack Grill, $350 over each free.
Yeah.
185 over women get into struggle shows for free.
You're
You
not
don't
fucking
put
with
2
them.
sticks of
Yeah.
butter in your milkshake.
Shane a lady
though.
or Shane 180?
She ain't a lady of Shane 180.
That's what they said when they
That's a good one, buddy.
It's that federal penitentiary shit.
So when did you guys link up with each other? You guys go back to childhood, or because you're both from Tennessee,
Yeah,
right?
practically. We've known each other pretty. I mean, it feels like we've known of each other our whole lives. We grew up on separate parts of town, but his cousin was from my neighborhood.
Okay, so you
And,
guys been doing music. Like, when did you start doing
We've been
music,
really
Joe?
rocking with each other, like day-to-day best friends for probably 15 years.
15 years? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's...
His daughter's 17, and she's in here, and I remember her wearing diapers.
Okay, there you have it. There you go. So when did you first get into music?
I was like the freestyle kid, right? Like y'all, everybody seen the freestyle kid. Interstate Fats.
Yeah, he was just here.
That's the homie, right?
Okay.
So it's like to relate the story to a Las Vegas and understand that fast and easy, that was me.
Okay.
Like the local rap circuit, if you had money and you wanted to battle, we'd just show up and fry you.
Oh,
Now, this is
shit.
15 years ago, but we would fry. I mean, I embarrassed. We went to every barber shop and every projects in Nashville. And this is back when white rappers were like a thing. Like,
Yeah.
like the fact that you were a white dude and rapped was huge. You know what I'm saying? It was like, holy, like, like when black dudes would call all the other black dudes and be like, I got a fucking white boy that raps. They'd be like, horse shit.
Yeah, bring
Now
it.
it's like, yeah, fucking whatever. And so did every other white dude with a fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So then you'd bring them, and then I'd come with a couple black dudes, and they'd have some big money on me. And we
Yeah.
had some big money battles, man. And
Really?
that's really how I got my feet wet in the game. I was like, then I went to Juvenile, and it's, there was a 100-man unit in B-Pot of Juvenile, and there was 99 black dudes and me.
And you.
Yep, I
So
learned
where
how to
you're
braid
from,
hair
you're
and
from
rap.
Nashville.
Yep, born and raised.
Is
Bubba.
it-
So
is it-
struggle.
Antioch.
Is it
Antioch,
mixed?
to
Is
be
it like a
exact.
mixed where you're from, or is it
Oh, yeah,
segregated?
it's the culture. No, the culture of melting pot, man.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
like Vegas, because Vegas
Absolutely.
is everybody.
It's everybody. I seen that in y'all's clubs. I think it's dope.
Okay.
I fuck with it. We went to Soul Sunday the other night at the Martini Bar. Some shit. It's
Don't-
super fly.
Yeah.
I thought it was
tell
a super cool
anybody
thing.
about that.
She hates that story. I thought it was fly. It was like, listen,
Why
there
are
was a
we
big
here?
dude that was singing Gerald Levert, and he was kicking fucking
was
ass.
fly.
He was killing
The
it.
big dude he had on, I was like, you're my fucking spirit animal, or what is it? Spirit animal.
You know what's crazy is I know that
Last
dude.
time he was
I
like,
know
he
that
was my
guy.
No, you
animal
don't.
Dude
spirit.
with the Kango? Oh, he was murdering it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll do whatever if you get me to do a song with him.
I know that he's
my
like
friend.
a DJ out here too.
He's the man.
That's hilarious.
I waited for him to sing all night.
That's fucking funny. What about you, Struggle? Like, how did you get started in the music? Same thing?
Nah, I wasn't big on the freestyle circuit. I just I went to jail in 2000, and I had always wrote raps and
Yeah.
rap, but never like publicly. So there was a group of people in jail that were all over there sitting there ciphering. They were rapping. And I sat across the room just watching. I was facing some time on a little 25-pound case. And that's a little case for us. But
Touche.
so anyway, I just was like, man, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go over there and rap. So I started rapping with him. Just got in the habit of it. One of the guys that was in there had a record label. So when I got out, he got out about the same time. I started recording with him. Then a homeboy of mine bought a studio. That's actually how I met Jelly. I was out selling my CD.
Okay.
I was standing on the side of the street selling my CD downtown. He was hosting a freestyle battle downtown, and
You battle him?
nah. Let me tell you something. One thing I will not do with Jelly Roll is battle rap.
Your music seems a lot more like you sit down, like more technical and all
Well,
that.
Struggle's the better rapper. I say that all the time. I'm the battle rapper. Struggle's the better rapper.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's cool.
Got you. So you
That's our
basically
best
started.
friend dynamic.
So you were writing raps, writing rhymes, more just putting stuff on paper before prison,
Yeah.
and then in prison, that's so you
In
got-
jail. In jail. Yeah, my first bit. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about the guy that's been in and out of jail his whole life.
Yeah.
Just one of them times.
And your
he was in there.
grandfather too, right?
So let's get
Yeah.
into that before we get too far away from that. Your grandfather's
Yeah, my grandfather's Waylon Jennings, country music singer.
country music. You make it
Yeah.
sound like it's you say that humbly, but
That's
I mean he's a
Papa.
legend, man.
Yeah, man.
So I mean, what was
Yeah,
it like
the
growing
outlaw.
up? I mean, in that like I don't want to say shadow, but like with that, I mean, you had to have been around some sort of music your whole life.
Oh yeah, for sure. My mama sang backup when I was a kid and was on the road. She was on tour all the time when I was real young, and summer times and stuff, I'd go out on tour with him. So I got to see that life quite a bit.
Now he's kind of Waylon Jennings isn't really like known for being the most. He's kind of like an outlawish.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, he was more of the, I don't
He
know,
was
just like a
he
gangster
was-
country or,
Yeah.
but he was on that side of like the, he wasn't like the,
The original outlaw.
like real, I don't even know what the word is for because I'm not too into
You said it.
No, it's
Outlaw.
outlaw.
Gangster
Outlaw's
country.
the exact-
Outlaw. Yeah.
Yeah, gangster country is really a cool way to say it. But yeah,
Yeah.
he was the first real outlaw. They were the first people that sold 1 million records in country music, period.
And that's Grandpa.
That's Papa.
That's crazy.
That
man.
was cool to hear you say gangster country because that was a natural way for him to express it. From an
Yeah.
outside opinion from somebody
From
so
somebody
far
from the
away.
West Coast, like, you know what? Gangster country is exactly what we do.
Yeah, I mean,
No, that was
like
that
you
was
said,
a good way
when
to
you
put that,
listen to
Mikey.
the music, it's like this isn't normal country. Like,
Nah.
and so you guys get a lot of influence in both your music from country.
Well, yeah, for sure. Well, dude, we're from Nashville, man. How do you not?
Now, let me throw this term out there, and you're gonna. I'm not saying this is what you are, but some people have said you guys kind of have like they call it hip hop. You've heard that term?
Yeah, I think that term is about as homosexual as Ellen DeGeneres.
Okay, which is full on, yeah. Because
Man, don't get me started.
I
So,
tell
I
The
mean,
worst derogatory term.
yeah, like, I mean,
hick
I'll
is
just
like,
throw that out.
that's
there.
like
That's
that's
not
like
you guys.
yeah, like even redneck. Like I don't like the word redneck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Listen,
Like,
here's the difference. The thing about hip hop is it's definitely has its own place and it does exist. That term does completely exist, but that's hip hop is the guys that are from the country that are trying to rap or that are
Gotcha.
rapping
Well, I was
about the
raised
country.
out there on my mama's farm, and I used to drink sweet tea out that jar.
Me and Jelly grew up with braids, gold teeth, selling crack and carrying pistols in the streets.
Preach.
So
Swear to God, when I met him in
guys,
2007, they
sexy.
had braids down to their ass, cornrows. I put it on my mom's
I
life.
got to get some pictures of that. You got to
Oh,
shoot
God.
me
Let me
some.
tell you,
no,
they're
I got
floating.
pictures of me and him together, both braided down our.
Just tune
was
in
our
to
goal.
social
You guys are
media,
doing
hashtag
all,
Jelly Roll, Throwback Thursday.
Box
People
Chevys
love the
and-
ball.
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
I posted.
let me give you just a little, box Chevys for sure. Let me
He
get a,
stopped just to say box
No,
Chevy.
no, listen, struggle had a verse. Backyard full of cars, few blue steel pits. Dude, that
Running
was the
through
shit for real.
yeah.
Yeah. This decade. ago.
Nashville's like that. Like he said, it's a melting pot. Like it's really, you can go one street and you got black guys out there, gold teeth, selling crack, listening to Tupac. Turn another street, you got guys with mullets with a Camaro sitting out front, throwing horseshoes, selling crack, listening to Leonard Skinner.
So, Struggle, who did you grow up listening to and being influenced by in music?
Tupac, 8-Ball and MJG, UGK.
Okay. What about
Haystack.
like the Haystack? What about the whole like? So did you get into like? I mean, there's a lot of music from the South. You know, like a lot of the rap music. Did you get into like the whole Paul Wall thing and all that too?
No.
Okay.
I was big on like No Limit.
No
You know what I
Limit?
mean? Like I
Really?
fucked with No Limit. I actually have True tattooed across my stomach still.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's crazy. No Limit was big. What about like Birdman and all them?
I fucked with the Hot Boys
Hot Boy- 'cause
when
I
it
mean, like,
first came out.
when
Yeah.
the original Hot Boys. I mean,
Yeah.
like Lil Wayne was a baby back
Yeah,
then.
for
but,
sure.
You know, like even like the Hot Boys and like the old Manny Fresh, even like that. You know.
Yeah, well, once it really got to like the Manny Fresh era, it was a little bit too much for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't really buy into all the flashy shit. ever.
Gotcha. Oh, did we lose power? It sounded like we lost it. There we go. We're back. Jelly, what about you? Who'd you grow
Yo.
up listening to? Same stuff?
I think I just accidentally disconnected with a cable right here. Maybe that's what y'all heard.
Headphones or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Oh, he ain't even
But it's all good. We're not using them no more. We know we're good.
All right. So who'd you grow up listening to, being influenced by?
Ditto.
Same shit?
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was 3-6 Mafia, 8-Ball and MJG, UGK. I was really influenced by a lot of Texas music. Like I
Okay.
started doing melodies and singing early in my career.
Chameleonaire.
Because Chameleonaire was like my favorite rapper for probably until he quit
remember that.
rapping.
Yeah.
I just now quit calling Chameleonaire my favorite rapper because like you got to be an active player.
You gotta
know
be
what I'm saying?
active,
You
yeah.
feel me? I'm not gonna go. Who's your favorite basketball player? Kobe Bryant? Nah, motherfucker. Somebody who's playing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and it's like you ain't dropped a mixtape in 5 years, dog. Gotta let you go. But
Yeah.
for the longest, I carried like literally in interviews. They thought I was crazy. Who's your favorite rapper? Like Chameleonaire.
Just like,
Well, because he was a mediocre rapper, but was a good songwriter, and I feel like it's kind of my shit.
yeah. I mean, with the early music, like being from Tennessee, there was really no like West Coast.
No, I listen. We listen to Tupac and
You say, I mean, Tupac, but like not a lot of like the.
not like
No
the
Brother
underground
Lynch.
shit.
I
no,
feel
none
like-
of that.
Mama's
I had
turning me on to
introduced
Brother
to
Lynch song.
Lynch.
She's turned me on to so much Brother Lynch song. I rapped about it in my new album.
You know, I was up on Brother Lynch Hung when I was young, and I think the first rap album I ever got was NWA. Second one was probably The Chronic.
Yeah.
You know, so
I've been
like,
trying to
Too
turn him on to
short.
E40.
Yeah, I was big E40, his first CD.
E40's been in my top 3 for a
The
long
one that had the
time.
Since
Lexus on
the
the front,
beginning.
had the SC400.
Yeah.
What was that?
I mean, I'm talking E40 is my top 3, and so is the Click. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
period.
saying?
You can't forget about Too Short.
Me
So,
too,
you know,
baby.
and, you know, all
No,
that
now Too
stuff.
Short. Hold on, now Too Short.
Oh,
Mama brought
man,
up Too
yeah.
Short.
No,
Too
I was
Short.
a huge
Well,
Too
Mikey
Short
was
fan.
there when we had Too Short in the studio.
Yeah, you guys actually introduced me to Too Short. And I
Yeah,
still bump
absolutely.
into him, and he still remembers me from. It's funny.
Absolutely.
That's how I met Too Short. Was through Shizzle. Over
Yeah,
there.
he's the
and Be
homie.
Real too.
Yeah, Be Real's on me. Actually, when we went out on tour with him, it was so fun. He was just like, "Oh, this is like the old days. Oh,
Yeah.
we got blitzed, drunk, fucked up, and tore the whole country up." He took us on like
True
15 shows, sold out across the board, all through Florida, all through Texas, and just murdered it.
What about touring with Cypress Hill?
We smoked a lot of pot.
I can
Fucking
imagine.
fly.
I mean, I'm assuming that was the you know.
You know what was shady is the venue wouldn't let us smoke in the venue until Be Real smoked, and then it was a fucking
Once Be
free-for-all.
Real lit though, we're like fire in the fucking hole. As soon as he walked in,
Maybe
we're
that's
good.
what, maybe
We're
that's what
blaming
we
on
got to do
them.
here. Maybe we bring Be Real here.
Yeah,
No, for
and then
sure.
we just see if Jay. Let's fucking. I swear I was heartbroken outside. I was like, oh
Yeah.
man.
No, but you know what? The one thing we did in Cervantes in Denver, historic Cervantes, Jelly was the first person to hit a dab on stage.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
Real.
that was
I got off stage and the
And
owner
they
of
didn't
the
tell me I
venue-
was going to be the first person to hit a dab on stage. I was between song 6 and song 7 and turned around and Shizzle was standing there. We're going, it's ready right
Well,
now.
I ran up on Bunny. I was like, "We should take a dab on stage." She was like, "Do it." I was like,
was like,
"Let's
"Go,
go."
baby."
I love my wife. She encourages all shenanigans.
Yeah, no, for
TTG.
sure.
But wait a minute,
Yeah.
Bunny, you said you were the one keeping him out of trouble.
He can smoke all
Okay,
he wants.
I got
There's
you.
nothing
Bunny's
wrong.
got one rule. If it doesn't have a high bail,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
as
If
long
there's
as-
not a high
Yeah.
bail involved, she's
Yeah.
with it.
Anything that's not real, Jay.
I enjoy
Yeah,
all
you know,
fuckery.
Quick shout out
She
to
enjoys
Easy Bell
all
Bonds.
fuckers.
She quick shout out Easy Bell
Bell
Bonds.
Bonds.
Easy Bell Bonds in the house.
Bonds.
Plugged up.
Easy
Easy Bell
Bell
Bonds.
Yep, we love that.
That's my Bell
Shout out to
Bonds.
Free at Last Bell Bond in
Easy
Nashville,
Bell
Tennessee.
Bonds.
We love you, Greg.
Yeah, Greg, we love you.
So,
We're looking for a sponsor for the next show.
He's already here. Thank you, Greg.
like I
That's
said, so I mean, you tour with Cypress Hill. I'm guessing you just lots of marijuana, like you're just smoking all day. I mean,
Oh yeah.
was it more or less?
I'm a dabber.
Really?
I'm a dabber for the record. So
You
it's
don't like the
like
dry herb?
I'm smoking weed right now because some of the dabs we got wasn't straight.
Okay.
And I just need to reset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But somebody
Keeping it 100.
sent me some Tang soup, dude, and fucked my chest up for a few days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I've been smoking this OG, but no, but she said it, and I was like, I should investigate this further.
Yeah.
So she was like, I feel like I'm dying smoking this stuff, and I was like, I told her the next day, I was like, nah, because that's not right, man. That stuff ain't good.
Man, I'm glad
But my
I didn't-
flavor, man,
Yeah.
Jay Fly been out of flavors for a few days, man. So
So you back to the dry herb, keeping it real?
it's cool, man. It's good weed, though.
They've been on that
She's
jet
got some
fuel
really
for
good-
48
good
hours
stuff.
straight.
She's been blowing with me. We had a great night last night. We went to the. You've been to Eclipse, the movie theater.
Uh-huh.
We went to that motherfucker last night. There's nothing that even slight weight resembles that in my city, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You can
saying? Just for the
drink,
record,
order
there's like
food.
fucking 10 seats in a theater room. They full recline into point. What I want to do now is pick a movie that I don't think anybody will really be at a certain
Have
time and just go in there and
sex.
fuck Bunny for 2 hours and watch a movie.
Yes.
Just jump seat to seat, just
That's
order,
my
just get
night.
day drunk, come out at noon.
Oh, the matinee.
What are you talking about?
Matinee Murphy.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Under the circumstances in which I went to this thing, we were like two couples. If we'd have could have coerced them out of there to just having a full real thing going on.
Just
It
include
was
them
the
next time.
first
They'll join in.
No.
No?
It was one dude was my size, and I prefer to be the only fat person in any nakedness around
Yeah,
me.
for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? Yeah, for sure.
I hear you on that
If it
one.
was
Yeah,
just
no,
really
there's mathematics to sex with fat people.
With fat people, listen, it's like playing Twister. Left foot here, right foot there, right hip. Talk to us, big baby. That don't make you want to fire the mic up over there, Jay.
Make the mic peak laughing.
He's over there smiling.
He's like, no, I'm just gonna stick to my feet over there. Jay'll sit there and scroll through shit on his timeline, and
He's probably
just-
watching Pornhub.
he's like, that's the third time Jay's been accused of watching porn during the show.
That's awesome.
But he's
Not a
only
bad
got
thing.
one
We
What
device.
a
love
good
Pornhub.
vibe you give.
You got to get like an RS or a cable and put what's up on your monitor. Up for
Hold
the
on,
rest of
Scary
us.
Larry on Facebook Live said I will be there Sunday. No poop will be smoked.
Yeah, no
Scary
poop
Larry,
suit.
we
No
miss
poop
you,
suit.
baby.
Shout out, kiss my
So
glass.
shout out
Shout
to
out.
Scary
Hold on. You're coming Sunday?
Huh? Yeah, Scary. You coming Sunday the 5th, correct? Hey, you remember how we had the glass blowing company? We got
Yeah.
a new glass blowing company in Nashville. It's called Kiss My Glass. One of Jelly's best friends. He's super talented glass blower. He'll be here on Sunday.
I still run into some of the old glass blowers from your
Yeah,
old
Fat
spot.
Jack and all them.
Yeah.
Cool.
So-
So I want to bless you guys with some pieces. I want to get all Larry's glass out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's roll. So I got. Now, Jelly, you rap, sing, and you play instruments.
A little bit.
What instruments are you into right now? Like, what are you doing right now?
I'm getting back into the guitar. I broke my pinky in an
man.
altercation outside of a bar.
Yeah.
And it fucked me playing the guitar for about 18 months.
Fuck.
But I just got a guitar back. But
You
I
know,
also
there's
just got
nothing
a
worse than when people throw their foreheads into your fingers.
period.
You know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
understand
who
that.
does
This
shit?
is one of the few fights that I didn't start.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah, true
honestly, from the heart.
Not like I go
I was
start
there.
fights, but normally I initiate fights. Like
Yeah.
if there's a problem, I'm normally guys like, you got a problem, let's just do this.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a problem. These dudes were running at me. I didn't know why we were fighting until long after the fight was over. And I still was the wrong thing. It was a mistaken identity.
But now, so you play the
True
guitar,
story.
and
How in the fuck does somebody mistake
Mistake
an
me.
identity, Jelly?
Well, they thought I was with somebody I wasn't with. But what they
So you're
didn't really,
standing next to
let
the
me
wrong
tell you,
person.
let me tell you the other mistake they made though. They didn't think they thought I was with the guy that I wasn't with, and they didn't realize the people loading this trailer were all with me. So as soon as they ran up on me and we got to dooming, here comes Shizzle, here comes Alexander King, here
Yeah.
comes JJ. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, it's a bus full of dudes that hop on because we're on a tour together.
Yeah.
Everybody but the guitar player and the drummer was ready to fight.
Oh,
and that's
shit.
because they were loaded.
yeah.
But it took me a while to get back straight.
And then you play the piano too?
I want to.
You're trying to.
Trying to.
Do you take is that?
I'm going to take lessons with my
So
little girl.
right now you're not playing the piano.
Not right this minute.
Gotcha. And then you sing and rap.
They say I sing a little bit.
Okay. I mean, so I
Sings
pulled.
great.
Mama likes it. I do it in the shower the most.
Yes.
And then Struggle, you're just mostly
just walk
rap
around
MC,
singing.
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Struggle's got it.
I sing too.
Struggle's biggest song in his catalog right now is something he wrote in jail a decade ago.
What song
I'm
is
saying
that?
it's a singing song. It's Flame.
What's it called?
He wrote about his ex, Stephanie and the kids.
Yeah.
That's true story.
What's it called?
I've never recorded
Oh,
it.
it's never released. Come on, man. You're holding out on that? It's too
Yeah, man.
Too personal?
Nah, that's gonna be on the next album. Fuck it.
Gotcha.
I'm making him. This is one of those best friend things where I threw him clean under a bus.
How about Young Casey Drums? Young Casey Drums just tuned in live on Facebook.
Young Casey Drums.
That's our drummer. Jelly got a live band.
Oh, that's the drummer that didn't want to fight.
It wasn't that he didn't want to fight. Is he has to use his arms and legs for?
No, hold on. We have a rule. It's like
Yeah.
if you use, I don't need a arm.
Yep.
You know, I can literally
Fucking
go up there
loser.
with 2 slings and in a wheelchair. As
long as there's a
I
mic
can
stand,
vocally
yep.
project.
As
and I'm
long as there's a
straight.
mic stand.
You know what I'm saying? The drummer comes out there. He had the pinky problem I had. I gotta send the drummer home.
That might be the next. For the next show, we're gonna
But
bring
I
Jelly
told-
out
I-
in a straight jacket.
Yeah, for sure.
And just
on my
say,
Kurt
he don't need
Cobain, baby.
arms.
On my Kurt Cobain, baby.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that song, Struggle. It sounds like it's pretty deep and well written.
Yeah, they all are.
I know they are.
It's a struggle needing to get back to singing more. Anyway.
So, I mean, I got some tracks. I don't know. I didn't really ask you guys about any old tracks you guys don't care to hear. Or, I mean, just because I got some tracks from you guys, and I figured I just wanted to show kind of like, you know.
I don't know what tracks we sent.
You didn't send any.
Okay, you just searched.
So
some
I just
shit.
pulled some shit
Oh,
up.
what do you like? That's what we want to hear.
Well, I mean, I pulled some stuff up. I got, the one track from Struggle I got, I had to, we're going to get into that story here later, after a little while here after, because it's about the video shoot.
Yeah.
Black curtains and,
Okay.
that's a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
But from you, I got Demons,
yeah,
and then I got Sunday Morning.
I hate Sunday morning.
You hate Sunday Morning?
I hate Sunday morning.
Listen, man, don't do that, man. That's a fucking incredible song.
I like that song.
Look,
and
my brother went to straight PR mode. No, just jump out playing again.
You don't get to pick what they like.
so you don't want to play it?
No, we can play it. It's whatever you like.
Here's
it,
why
I'll
I
play
like.
what
Here's
you
why I
like.
want to play because it shows your range of. It pretty much shows how
Singing.
talented you
No,
are.
no, I agree.
You
No,
know,
I love, and I
mean,
love the
really,
record.
I mean, like I said, it really
Can
shows
I tell you
your-
what my problem with it is?
Yeah.
And I've never talked about this in an interview. It's the record to me that was always go down as almost. Mm-hmm. An artist in their career, them almost records are the worst because it kind of puts you in this weird limbo land of it didn't really represent me completely properly.
Yeah.
And the way that it was presented, and I had no control of it neither. So it was another one of the few situations in my life, and this was
So you were like, what you saying, like you were under contract? when
yeah,
that came
this
out?
is one of the this is actually will go down in the history of Jason D for being the last time this happened to me.
Okay.
But I didn't own that. So I got in a situation where I didn't have an opinion.
Gotcha.
If there was a few things on the song that I think could have made that song what that song really could have been. And I
Yeah.
didn't have, it's just hard to even talk about because it'll make you so fucking mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That and
Well,
I'm
I mean,
still
that-
having to pay a debt off because of that fucking song, to be honest.
Really?
For real, I got to override with this fucking cornball ass fucking company. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
fucking fuck shit company that I have to deal with to try to, and I still they get I'm still I don't want to talk about it. Just
So back, I mean, that was a whole album.
Calm
but I mean,
down,
so you're
Daddy,
saying
calm
that
down.
and we're hanging.
He's
we're having
really
that
heated
today.
over here.
that was kind of fucked with your branding. You're saying.
She's not bullshit. It's my wife. She's being honest. She can feel my back. I'm pissed off thinking about
Yeah,
it. But
well,
that's not about branding. It's about you sign a deal with somebody and artists control your content.
Yeah.
Artists control your creative.
Yeah.
Artists control your narrative. Artists control your fucking career.
Yeah.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And this was the lesson I had for me because it was like a shiny toy. I'd never been to LA. This company, let me fly you out to LA. We got all these great ideas. We think, You go out there, you work for weeks. They set a bunch of shit up. You're kind of stuck doing what they want to do and how they want to do it. Every time you oppose, it's like nobody wants to hear your side of the shit because you're the little man on the top. I was a little old me from Tennessee at the time, right?
Yeah.
So, until I got my feet big enough. But, my daddy used to say, man, you got to sweep shit until you don't got to sweep shit no more.
Till the
And then
shit's
you
swept.
don't get to sweep shit no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Don't
it's
be a
like,
shit sweeper.
yeah, and it's like, I'm done sweeping shit. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's over.
Yeah. But if you're gonna be a shit sweeper, you gotta be the best shit sweeper.
Be the
out
best shit sweeper you can
know
be
what I
to
mean?
get
On that-
promoted.
on-
You know what I'm saying? You're a sweep.
there. So not to piss you off, but like I said, I do want to play that track.
No, play it.
Just
It's all
because it
good.
shows you.
I
It
love
shows
the
your
song.
talent.
It was written well.
We
I
should play some of
appreciate
the
Uncle
Addiction
Cracker.
Kills,
I
too.
appreciate Uncle Cracker getting on it. I appreciate everything that came with the relationships built on that.
Yeah.
And we made a lot of money. And I appreciate everybody who likes the song.
Jay, you got that track ready? All right, we're gonna go into that and take a quick break. I just like that track, man. Like that's just a cool, just laid back, and like I said,
I don't want to come off wrong like I don't like
it really does show your range, you know. But you know, so Struggle, like we were talking about, the other track I have for you, that Black Curtains track. Tell me that story, man. Like that's just a great story, and you know, try to get, you know, I just love that story.
You want the truth?
Yeah. Well, I don't
Are
know.
you allowed to tell the truth? Hold on now.
yeah, I
This
can
is where I
tell.
have to have my PR moment with my brother. And go,
I can
"What?"
tell. I can tell the truth now, man. You know, it's water under a bridge now. But so I'm sitting in county jail, facing what could be 5, 10, 15 years. You know, at that point, you don't really know what's happening yet. And we're like, man, what the fuck are we gonna do to keep this thing going? You know, we can't let it die right now. You know, so I had cut an entire album called I Am Struggle. I actually cut it in the same studio that Waylon cut the Outlaws album in. Damn. And so we had the song Black Curtains, and we were trying to figure out a way to shoot the video. And we got it all set up to where they were going to shoot all the parts, and they were like, man, we just love it if there's some way we could get you in there. Well, by that point, the Nashville scene, a couple other different publications had came up there and interviewed me. So I somewhat had a relationship with the lady who cleared that. A good friend of mine, Ounce, called up there, got all the paperwork done for them to bring in cameras for documentary footage, which we really were shooting a documentary at the time, which is now the episodes for the documentary that's on YouTube.
Yeah, you got, what is that, like 10 episodes?
Yeah, I think we're at like 12 or 13 now.
Okay, because I know some of it was before and then some was after.
Yeah, we did 5 before, 5 after, and then there's been a couple miscellaneous ones since then. So we get the camera crew in there, and we do the normal run through, like 20 minutes of documentary questions, like they're just doing a normal interview. And the director, Tyler, gets this idea, and he's like, hey, there's a song at the beginning of it, and it'd be really cool if he could just mouth the words to it.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, yeah, sure. You know, I just gave this great interview about, you know, changing for your children and, you know, the positive
Now
message
that's the
that's
lady
in
they
Black
interviewed
Curtains.
on the news. They interviewed that lady. She was pissed.
Yeah, and you know what? The whole thing was she was just upset because the sheriff, you know, when he saw the video,
He was pissed.
He was pissed. I'm sure his daughter came in like, look at this. This is cool, you know. And he was like, what the fuck?
The fuck you guys doing?
How'd
in
y'all
here?
do that? But so he was like, you know, can you mouth the words? They put the recorder on the table, played the song, and spit the verse a couple times. And then, you know, some of the footage didn't make the documentary, and it ended up in a music video.
That's amazing.
They tried to sue us, tried to get us to take it down, but we had all the proper paperwork filled out, you know, so that was one good time. We got the middle finger up on the fucking
Hey, I mean, once
justice
you
system.
have your footage, you could do with it what you want.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
who's to say what you can and can't do with
Yeah,
documentary
but
footage?
I'm actually the first inmate to ever shoot a video while incarcerated in a jail.
Probably the last, too. Has anyone done it since?
Not yet.
I don't think it's going to be
No,
hard
I
to pull
think that's one of those things where he fucked the game up for
Yeah.
everybody.
Hey, but someone had to do it,
Thanks
right?
a lot, Chuck.
That was
Listen.
one of those one and dones.
Let me tell you something, though. I was in the gym the other day, and I'm walking the locker room, and this guy, I look across the locker room, this guy's putting a uniform on. He turns around, and it's the Davidson County Sheriff's Office. And I just kind of cracked a smile, and he looked at me. He was like, I know who you are. We all thought it was real funny.
I mean, it's, you know, like I said, it's creative, you know, and it worked.
Yeah, it did, man. I got to tell the story in its truest form, so.
The lady that they interviewed, like I watched the what on YouTube.
She was a sweetheart.
You know, she was upset. You know, but like the one thing that she said that pissed me off was that, you know, the lie overshadowed the message or whatever. Because like you said, you gave a nice message about, you know, in the interview about like staying out of trouble, and then she was like, because you lied about it.
Yeah.
All that message is a counterfeit. You know what I mean?
Sounds good.
For her, you know.
What a fucking cunt. I
Pretty
appreciate
much.
You're
him
trying to
being.
start stuff, Mikey. No,
What's
I'm
that?
just kidding. He's playing with
start
you.
stuff,
Trying to
Mikey?
start stuff. Bring up old shit.
He's on a Steve Wilkos today.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, that was, you know, and like I said, that whole video was, you know, the video was good. And, you know, what was the song? The song's about.
The song's about my son. You know, it actually stemmed from Jelly. Me and Jelly were talking about a week before, maybe a couple weeks before I wrote that song, and he had said something that just struck a chord. He was like, "Man, your son's just like you." Mm-hmm. And at this time I'm fighting a case, I'm still in the streets. I'm going through. My life is completely chaotic. So when he said that, it really made me analyze it. Like, fuck, I don't want him to be just like me.
Yeah.
You know, I want my son to be better than me, and I don't want him to go through the shit that I go through or that I've been through. And then, you know, it got me thinking back, like, well, how did I turn out like this? Because I turned out exactly like my dad.
Yeah.
Except my dad was killed at 30. So it was like the stories that I had been told growing up without my dad being there. You know, your dad was this, your dad was that, your dad was this. You're just like your dad. It was that black curtain that I really couldn't see past to see my own light, you know. And the song is just about ripping that curtain down, you know, breaking that cycle and promoting your children, you know, to be better than you were.
Yeah, not follow those footsteps. And
Yeah, for sure.
definitely. I know, like, as far as what I'm doing now, like I said, I've been a bail bondsman for, 10 years now, and I do not want my kids to ever work in a bail bond office. Bail bond office is grimy, man. There's a lot of, there's a lot of behind the scenes shit.
business, too.
It's cutthroat as fuck. You're worried about your clients. People miss court. You got to go pull them out the house. Then you got to worry about the other bondsmen.
Trying to cut your legs out from under y'all. That
There was I don't know, about 6 years ago out here, there was a little, not to get off topic, but there was a war out here between a couple bail bond officers. They were lighting each other's offices on fire, and a lot of us just stood back and watched.
We've been to war with a couple bondsman companies too.
and they weed themselves out.
We've
So-
made some big victories with a couple bonding companies too. Though we've had a couple. Shout out to Greg. He came and got real when he popped out at the gas station. We'll always love you for that.
It's a crazy, if you, like I tell everyone, if you're tight with your bondsman, that's one of the, if you're in the street.
When you're in the street, well, listen, when we was in the streets, we
Yeah.
were
Speed
cool
dial
with
one
with
bondsman, speed dial two lawyer.
Let me tell you this, yeah, for sure, they were the homies. Here's the thing: is that once we got out of the streets, it's I never dealt with problems until I didn't want to deal with them no more.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense? Like I used to be a really confrontational person. I used to be that dude. Like I wanted to fight all the time, or I was
Yeah.
looking for a reason for somebody. And as you change your life and grow up, get married, have kid, and, all this whole shit. You don't want that, and then that's when the motherfuckers pick at you the most. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I never had a problem with people when we was in the streets because they knew we wasn't gonna take that shit. Now motherfuckers will poke at a bear because you can't really growl no more. You know what I mean?
So that's growing up in Tennessee. I mean, I never even really been there. So I don't even know what it like. I can't even picture it.
Nashville's
Country
awesome.
ghetto.
Oh, it was a
Yeah,
culture
all-
shock when I
Nashville's
got
awesome,
there.
yeah. If you grew up in Vegas, it's a definite culture
Yeah, it was a
shock.
culture shock
We're
when I
from,
showed
we're
up.
culture shock. We're from
Yeah.
the other side. It's
Yeah.
the South, man.
But it's
Everything.
dope.
Yeah, the South is crazy. First of all, the South is.
The bitches are crazy.
Yeah, the bitches are crazy. But here's the deal.
Let me tell you, just bitches are crazy.
Period. But
I mean,
down there, special.
You got
breed.
cool
Well,
crazy,
here's-
and then you
yeah.
got crazy.
The South is just the South is poor, man.
Yeah.
Historically, just all the way through history, the West Coast has always had a little money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the South was always poor. You know what I mean? And that's what you get down here. It's poor.
The South will
Very
rise
fucking
again.
Poor. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just- coming
So,
from a girl
in
that
about an
Vegas
hour.
made on her.
Yeah.
The South's
awesome.
coming up as soon as we get by ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
So I mean, when you're in the South and you're looking at, like I said, I mean, do you feel like you're looking at everything else, like, because there's New York and L.A. and even Vegas is,
Well, you know,
Nashville is growing.
Nashville's huge. Now,
It's
Yeah.
right?
huge.
Nashville's a
It's more
metropolis.
expensive
But
to live in Nashville than
In
it is
Vegas.
in Vegas.
That's part of the reason we moved out here. Too.
I believe it. Yeah.
I mean, the square
Crazy.
footage of what. And listen, man, Nashville's awesome, dude. I was born and raised there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell
Yeah.
you, my best thing when I came to Nashville was
We
like
love the
L.A.
South
with
people.
nice people.
Yeah, it's LA.
It was LA with nice people. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it controls American pop music. Music Row alone generates $5.1 billion a year.
Yeah.
It controls American
It's
pop
a
music.
it's a whole thing. I mean, it's a huge city now.
Yeah.
It's much, we've watched it grow into it. When me
They're
and Struggle grew up
Manhattanizing.
there, yeah, they're Manhattanizing. When me and Struggle grew
Yeah.
up there, it was a 500,000 population city, and it was mostly poor people, middle class Americans, and
That's kind of how growing up in Vegas was. Like Vegas, like kids that are from here grew up in a small town.
no,
And
Mama
then it
said
That's
blew
what I
up.
told them last
Yeah.
night.
Mama last night, and you know what, she was complaining about it, just like we do about Nashville. She was
Yeah.
like, I missed the old Vegas.
Me too.
It was like it was just different. We had a different vibe. We ran the city different, like, because you can see I'm not from here, but I
Yeah.
can just
It's
tell
all
by these new
commercialized
snooty
now.
looking condos everywhere
Yeah.
that this shit's turning into
The days of walking in and seeing your pit boss that's the homie's uncle and him
Yeah.
giving you and your
Yeah.
5 friends a comp for dinner.
Yeah.
Or just
Or
walk,
fucking
like the
over.
days of
Oh,
like
yeah,
getting
for
walked
sure.
into a show.
Dig 'em
or
talking about?
all
comp
that
for a
shit.
show. That's an
Even the good
How many hands have you
shows
played,
aren't
sir?
here
What is your
anymore.
average per hand,
We
sir?
got J-Lo and shit.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah, no, it's
We
crazy.
used to have the Rat Pack, and now we got fucking J-Lo.
Mine J-Lo.
Big swing.
J-Lo's hot.
You like
Brit-
J-Lo's culo.
Brittany's on the
Yes.
strip.
Yes.
Brittany's out there.
Brittany
like
can,
Brittany's
Brittany can come
everything.
hang. Brittany's allowed
Brittany
to come
can
hang.
come strip.
She's crazy. So.
Brittany with the good
She's
hair.
crazy, so crazy pussy is great pussy, right?
Amen.
We're just gonna fuck
It's
her
always
later.
wetter.
We're gonna get Taylor
For
and
sure.
Brittany.
Crazy
still
pussy's
want
always wetter.
I
It
think
is.
we could get Brit for sure.
Brit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta find her. She's here.
sure.
Someone just posted on my timeline. She was at yoga with her this morning. So I mean, she's out and about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's-
for
she's
sure.
a
Let's go
local.
get her, Daddy.
All you got to do is stay around the Hard Rock, eat at the little sushi spots, get your nails done at the little right spot. You run
Yeah,
into them.
for sure.
Run into them for sure. So no, but like what I was saying though about like being in Nashville, in the music, you know, from a music perspective, like. Did you feel like you were like segregated away from the music industry being there?
Yeah, they didn't.
I mean, I know it's big.
We
in
were
the-
segregated by that music industry.
I'm
The
saying, yeah,
problem
by the
was,
hip-hop
I want you
world.
to imagine growing up. I mean, from Universal Records,
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, Sony, every major publishing company in America. I mean, literally, growing up, you could piss on their fucking porch,
Yeah.
and they don't give a fuck that you're building a following 7 blocks down the street.
Really?
They don't give a fuck that you're selling out.
Because of the
600 cat
genre or
clubs.
because-
of the genre?
Okay.
Because we're fucking a couple white kids rapping.
Yeah.
Like, we don't give a. That's just totally. But you're looking like, if y'all would just fuck with us because we're local.
Yeah.
Like y'all feel about Vegas. Like remember we used to walk in the back door like, fuck, we're local. Just let us use that big studio. Hook us up with one of these multi-million-dollar producers. Teach us some of the game. They wouldn't give us shit.
Really?
And then we started getting hot. Now all of a sudden, Music Row, you know, I have all these Music Row execs doing cocaine in my motherfucking kitchen. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying?
Yeah.
Because they know I'm not gonna rat them out, and they can come over here and do everything but bang fucking heroin at the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I've seen it.
yeah, and you know, it's corny shit, man. You know what I mean? It was fucking extreme, and
It's all political.
it's
politics,
it's
the
political,
music
dude. I've been
industry.
diplomatic about it for years because I had to be. It goes back to my shit sweeping theory.
Yeah.
But I never plan on fuck Music Row.
The-
I'm gonna shoot a video on Music Row this one, smoking a fat one for sure. Fuck them. I hope I get a citation from the police while I'm there.
I know the music, like you said, it's all politics.
No more
music,
citations, then.
Music industry is one of the most like politics and you know like people get so close, but they're shut out due to politics. You know,
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, who they?
Well, what
you know,
sucks about that is men struggle are politicians.
Really?
What do they do? Yeah, listen, man. If you've ever been to jail, you've ever been incarcerated, or you've ever really been in the streets,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you have
You have to know how to deal with everybody.
You're
Yeah.
a bonds person. We have to know how to deal with everybody. Let me tell you something that taught me in jail. I didn't have to do the big prison stint Bub did, but the time I've been in jail on and off my whole life is I never one time had a vote of who came in the unit.
Yeah.
Never once. Not one time did a guard come to my cell and go, hey, Jelly, here's the list of who's coming in tonight. Anybody you don't want to live with? I never got that option.
Yeah.
I never got to pick the personalities that got off that bus that night to come into our unit. You know what I mean? So you can pretty much, I can motherfucking deal with anybody.
Yeah.
So if I have a problem with you, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Exactly.
Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah,
bottom
for
line. I
sure.
can deal with pretty much anything. So if I don't
He's
like
the
you,
most
you're a
laid-back
fucking
dude
scumbag.
ever.
dude.
No, when I met you at the store the other night, like we bumped into each other. You know, I was like, this dude was hella laid back, just hella.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
It was so funny. He called me. He's like, so I just ran into somebody, and they were like, "Hey, you're Bunny's dude." He's like, "That's different," because
that's
he's used to us
different, yeah.
being in Nashville and everybody.
It
you know,
tickled me pink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
loved it.
Because
He
mama's
loved
a
it.
boss. And
Yeah.
you don't really know that. When you start, like, dating a woman or courting with a woman from another city, you know, you don't really know what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Now I come to her city, and it's like, God damn, mama's boss.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I showed up from LA, and Buddy's like,
Balls
we're doing
up.
a podcast with Mikey Slyman. I was like, oh, great. Ain't seen Mikey in forever.
Yeah, right. No, I was like, shit,
Right,
you
we're
gotta
going to kick it
come.
with him.
That was a nice surprise. I hadn't seen Shizzle in years.
I had told Jelly about you when I first moved to Nashville. I was like, man, my homies, you ever seen Bum Fight? My homies did it. It's awesome.
No, so we knew what was what.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me in
I-
good
I-
words.
Man, you've
I
always
appreciate-
been my guy. Speaking
What
on
I
Bale's
appreciate is
Bosman.
y'all. You know what I'm saying? Is y'all, because it's like, you know, I'm not fucking from here.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to tell that. I'm a yellow duck and a pond full of white ducks out here. You know what I mean? And
Vegas is fast, man. It's quick out here.
But I think it's cool that everybody seems to be pretty open.
We accept
There's a
everybody
couple
from
dudes-
everywhere, though.
No, I see
Everybody
that
from
now.
everywhere.
I
It's
see
a
that now. There's
transient
couple dudes
city.
that don't like that I'm here because of Bunny, but that's life too.
That's not
That's
true.
whatever.
And the hate goes
My
on.
lady is mad.
And the hate goes
My lady
on.
is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So I
Beautiful.
knew that was going to come. You know what
And
I
the
mean?
hate
So
goes
struggle.
on.
You getting ready to sign a lease or what's going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, man, I'm
Yes.
thinking about it, man.
We need Brianna.
Struggle,
man.
struggle don't have to sign a lease. We got a crib big enough for him to just come.
Yeah,
Right.
we just
Bring
moved into
kids.
like a little.
No, I'm gonna have to have all those bedrooms for
spot.
all of my 12 kids.
It's a lot
They
of
can
shit.
have the upper.
No, but
the
like
upstairs.
he was just saying, man, the rent here compared to Nashville, like I've got a quarter of the house they've got for
We just moved into
$500 less.
5,000
Vegas, you know, it's
square foot.
crazy. We were in San Francisco, you know, which is ridiculous as far
Just
as
stupid.
Yeah, that
And I talked my Uber driver into moving here. Like I was like, you drive for Uber? I was like, you can make the same amount of money in Vegas and have a fucking house instead of living with 3 families in a fucking studio.
It's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
you know, and he hit me up. He texted me like a month later. He's like, I
But
live here
listen,
now.
even
I was
now,
like, that's crazy.
and,
Amen.
and this isn't different.
Change your
Vegas.
life.
This isn't different in Vegas, but one of the reasons we're here for at least this particular moment in life is we were trying to get to LA,
Yeah.
but we tour, and my wife tours with me now, so we live in close quarters with each other.
Yeah.
So everything we were looking at in LA was going to put us on top of each other. We're
Yeah.
used to living in buses, sprinters, and hotels.
Yeah.
Our house, we need something.
You don't
know
need to
what I
go
mean?
to, you don't need to live in LA, man. You can do it
Well,
all
it's
from Vegas.
I mean,
Yeah,
fuck,
it's
for
only 3 hours away.
$3,000 a month. Yeah, for $3,000 a month in LA, you get a shoebox.
Well, unless you got real money, you can live on the sand.
Yeah.
Just that's the
We're
next
working our way to
stage
that.
We're
in life.
moving to the sand, though.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
the next stage in life. You keep the mansion here until you can afford next to the stand.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
For sure.
Yeah.
We've done this before, Mikey.
No.
This ain't our first rodeo.
Who do you guys use for your, who shoots your videos for you? Who shoots them?
We're looking for somebody. You got a guy?
I got.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'd love to meet him.
Couple guys. Yeah.
Let me tell you about
see that
Mikey
work?
sliming and shooting shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, you got a good, you made some money off of it for sure.
There was a time when, by law, I was not allowed near a video camera.
I remember that right after Donnie and Rufus.
Yeah, I couldn't touch a video camera and I couldn't step foot in San Diego.
That's
Oh my
fucking
god,
awesome.
this dude,
Pretty funny.
dude took the homie and got bum life tatted on his forehead, and the I in life was a 40
no.
Yeah.
of
I
old
remember.
English.
I remember.
You know, so yeah, but no, I got a couple. Yeah, well, for sure, we'll talk about that afterwards. You know, there's
Yes.
a couple options for you there. Man, I'm excited for the new album. You know,
Thank you, man.
So, besides the new album, what else you guys got planned? You know, where are we going?
But this
from
is
here?
the deal. Struggles. This is let's get a point of perspective about my best friend here. He's only been out of prison a year.
Okay.
He's really been out of custody like 7 months. Technically, you know how the feds
Halfway
will make you go
house
through the
and-
halfway
yeah.
house, so he couldn't really maneuver. So he's only been able to maneuver for 6 months.
How long
Since then-
How long were you down for this last time?
5.
5. Okay.
All together with the halfway
State,
house. Yeah.
state and federal, or
Yeah.
just okay.
So you got to realize that
We're just
he's
getting
just
started.
getting his tour legs under him. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're just at this point. I feel like we're stretching.
Yeah.
People talking about nice race, man. You're winning. I'm like, we haven't started. We're stretching.
This is
You know what I'm saying?
pregame.
What are
This
you
is
talking
pregame.
about?
Yeah,
You know
we're
what I'm saying?
ready.
We're fucking. We're doing calisthenics. You know what I'm saying?
Warm up soon, yeah,
We're
bud.
doing yoga with Brittany.
Yeah, we're doing hot yoga.
Hey, I'm with it. Let's roll.
So I think he's touring a lot this year.
Okay.
I'm touring out for the Addiction Kills tour. We'll tour the Waylon and Willie project later. He dropped the Return of the Outlaw earlier. Well, I say earlier this year, but late last year.
I mean,
The
you guys have
project's
been.
still
I mean,
fresh.
you guys have been getting a lot of good exposure lately. I mean, you did the Viceland.
No, Viceland was a great look for us. Shout out to Vice.
Yeah.
We got a meeting with them
Zach.
in February.
Noisy
Talk about-
Nashville.
Talk about some motherfucking bunny and jelly business on television.
You know, like I said, the snaps from Bunny. It's like its own little.
TV show.
For sure.
No,
It's-
everybody said that. They're like, man, we've never seen you have a public girlfriend. I was like, I've never had one that was worth being public with. One.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, but Bunny's just got just such a good personality, man. She's such a good spirit.
No, both of you guys
And she
have just have,
encourages
you know, I mean,
people.
all three of you guys, everybody here really has, you know, just a great, you know, persona coming off and good vibes.
We're all just comfortable with each other now, you know.
Yeah, we're who we are in our skin.
That's amazing.
I think the biggest compliment she ever gave me about struggle was she said she'd never seen two alpha men be able to be around each other so relaxed and comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you go through everything we've been through, it's just kind of like, you know. There's,
Well,
at
you
this
guys are
point-
more.
at
You
this
guys are
point,
more
we
like
know-
siblings at this point.
At this
you know.
point, this will be the worst thing I can say on this podcast. At this point, we know the death of each other is the only thing that we will have to deal with that we haven't dealt with.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No,
Like, it's
for sure.
inevitable that
Yeah.
one of us is going to have to go first. But outside of that, there's nothing else that can happen that every other curveball that could be thrown at our friendship has in 15 years.
Seasoned,
From
man.
women,
guys are,
you know,
yeah.
everything you name. Yeah, we've been through it all, so it's great.
Struggle. What's up with the documentary?
Yeah, we're still shooting. We've got so much footage stacked up, man. We're trying to find the right home for it, to be honest.
Okay.
You know,
Netflix needs to cut the check.
Yeah.
Netflix
Yeah.
and
Shout out to
chill.
Netflix, man. They're hollering.
like we don't want to go to TV with it.
Never.
Because
Don't make us go to Hulu.
Yeah, don't make us go to Hulu, Netflix. We like you, man.
Red
Yeah,
box.
for real.
because we have so much. The story has so much depth to it, and there's so much. It's beautiful chaos, but so much darkness and so much shit that TV could never, you know, show.
Yeah.
So we really gotta find
even
the
with
right
his
home for it.
even with his YouTube series now, man, he's holding the good stuff.
Yeah.
I tell people
Well,
that
it sounds
looks
like you got good music that's unrecorded. You got good
Oh, yeah.
footage that's unreleased. What's good?
Yeah.
Let it out, man.
Well, it's
Yeah.
all about timing, man.
Timing,
It's all
for
about
sure.
strategy. You know, I recorded Outlaw shit in 2007. I didn't release it till 2011.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Precision beats power, timing beats speed.
I got Outlaw shit on here.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So when you look at like, have you watched because you said a lot of it was like 5 of those episodes were before you went to and did your 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
So when you come out of doing 5 years and you look back at that old footage from before you're, like, do you feel like you've mentally changed? Like, has
Oh,
there
yeah.
been a huge like evolution in
yeah,
yourself?
incredible. It's a complete 360.
Yeah.
I can still see, like I can see that when I watch that old footage, I can feel like the depression and the anger and the guilt and all the things that I was dealing with at that time. All those things that I got rid of in that prison sentence. It was definitely a transformation.
Okay.
100%.
So I mean, you feel like you grew a lot in there, and
man.
as far as like your mental state, like like
Yeah.
stuff that would get under your skin before that, like now you probably just like let
now
it go, and
I'm a lot more chill than I was for sure.
Jelly's like, oh yeah,
no, he's
He's like,
super laid back.
he's like,
Well, the biggest thing is I learned how to process emotions and not act on them.
okay, that's a huge thing.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest things is I would act on emotion, even if it was irrational or unjustified.
When you were doing your time as an artist, do you feel like when you do time, like how is it hard to be creative, or
I didn't write a single song while I was in there.
oh my goodness, that's
I didn't have to. I was living every song that was going to come out of my mouth when I came out.
okay. So do you keep a journal or?
Yeah, I mean, I'd write some stuff down.
Yeah.
Like I've got, a couple books full of just, scribbling, what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But what I did do while I was in there is I was writing these, we started them off calling them rambles. And it was just me talking about what I was going through. And we started posting those on Facebook and Instagram. Those were the posts, like the inspirational posts that really kept my social media and grew my social media while I was in there.
Okay.
I was sending those to my business partner, and he was posting them. So that's really, I mean, I was still writing, but I didn't write any songs while I was in there.
Okay, and then when you got out, you just
Yeah, man, just open my mouth.
there
put
you
the beat
go.
on,
Man, that's crazy.
tell a story. I'm a troubadour, man. I tell stories. That's, that's my thing.
That's the best way to be. So I mean, before we run out of time and get lose all, how do we find you on the internet? Give us your plug.
Yeah, man. Instagram, Twitter, Jelly Roll 615, Facebook. I think you just type in Jelly Roll and find me. I got the blue check mark or whatever. Fucking YouTube, man. Jelly
YouTube.
Roll. I mean, yeah, dude, this is the internet age. Back in the old day, it used to be like, shout out your website,
Yeah.
give us your socials. Now it's like, look for me, dude. If you fuck with me, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
here, I'm not hard to find, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Every
Definitely.
digital
400
format.
pounds of sexiness.
Every digital format in the universe.
You can stream my music or buy it on any platform. If you bootleg it and download it, steal it out your partner's car, I'm cool. Just turn the shit the fuck up.
Turn it. What about you, Struggle? How do we find you? Same way?
Yeah, I'm everywhere, man. Just you can type in Struggle Jennings, makes it the easiest.
Okay.
I am Struggle. Don't judge me for my Pandora channel because everybody on there but me sucks. They put
That was one of the
they
funniest
tagged
things
the
I heard
word
this
hick-
week.
They tagged the word hick hop in my Pandora channel.
Oh no.
You know what? The thing getting Pandora is crazy, man. If you have to really you have to train your Pandora channel. You have to constantly thumbs down
Yeah.
what's
That's
coming
what I
through.
do.
It's like one of them
Once you-
small
once you
dogs
pick-
that'll pee
but
on the
once you
carpet.
train one
Is that
of
something
those,
I can do?
There's a world of no.
Okay.
He's talking about as a user, not as an artist.
No, as a user, you have to really because
You do.
I know I'll
You
put
gotta
in
thumbs down him.
I'll put in an artist that has like a just whatever, and it seems like every third song, no matter what, if it's rap, like I get Tupac, and it's like I'm down with Tupac, but I'm not you know what I mean? Like I gotta tell, don't play Tupac on this artist. It'd be like some crazy, different stuff, and bring
It's like
Tupac.
algorithms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't even figured out how to
Exactly,
use a
exactly
phone
like
yet,
that.
so all that's foreign to me still at this point.
Yeah, man. That's.
He just started
Yeah.
drinking the apple juice.
What about you, Shiz? You got anything you want to plug before we?
No, man.
Bad
Everybody
apple,
listen to Jelly, Struggle, Bad Apple, Bad Apple, Bad Apple. That's what we doing, man.
Bang,
Rock
bang,
to the
bad
core.
apple, guys.
Bad
Skeet,
Apple,
skeet.
Bad Apple. That's it.
Bonnie,
That's
you
all we're
plugging
doing.
anything before we get out of here?
Just my baby.
There
Jelly
it
Roll
is.
615.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Follow my wife. She's almost got as many Instagram followers as me when I met her.
OMG, it's Bunny.
Yeah, with an I.
Struggle, pick it. We're gonna ride out with it's either Black Curtains or Outlaw Shit.
Oh man, you gotta play Outlaw Shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's
I
hit
didn't
out.
want
Thank you, motherfuckers.
I didn't want to interject, but I love that outlaw shit.
Good night, Shirley.
Hey, thank you guys for coming on the show. It's RAN1RADIO. We'll catch you next time.
Easy bells, bonds.
Yeah, baby.
All day long.